15 years, I have had the privilege of working with heart centered, spiritually aware people. So, lots of entrepreneurs and professionals, spiritual seekers from all different walks of life, artists, creatives, really helping them turn the pain of their past into purpose, resilience, and authentic self expression. So, as Michael mentioned, one of my gifts is really creating a field of safety and stillness where transformation can unfold naturally. So, I often serve as a bridge between worlds in a way, weaving psychology with mysticism, science with spirit, and my work is about helping people not just understand the spiritual insights that they may receive, but to be able to embody them in their daily life. So, healing to me isn't about fixing what's broken, it's about remembering what's whole and learning to live from that truth. Now, my background is rather unique, and my approach, as I mentioned, integrates both the scientific and the sacred. So, I am trained in trauma therapies like EMDR and parts work, and I am certified in the neuroscience of coaching, but I am also certified in reading the Akashic records and using other intuitive modalities. So it's also interesting that my undergraduate studies were in contemplative world religions, and I have practiced mindfulness and meditation for decades. So, as you can see, I work very holistically, really taking into account the physical, the emotional, the mental, the relational, and the spiritual aspects of each person. And through my process, I guide others to begin to redefine the template of who they are and what's possible for them. So they're able to release what's no longer aligned and uncover what I call their soul's hidden gold, the soul's truth, the wisdom, the radiance that is unique to each and individual person. And what I've discovered is this is that the more healed that we become, the further that we can go on our spiritual path. So, trauma resolution doesn't just free us from pain, it frees us into expansion, creativity, abundance, and connection. And that's the essence of my work. And it's what I'm going to share with you today. So let's talk for a moment about why this is important, especially in the context of this summit, which is a harvest celebration of spirit and expansion. So, when we go through trauma or adversity, our nervous system creates these protective patterns and defensive patterns that can look like putting up walls or keeping people at arm's length, or sometimes looks like withdrawing or shutting down. And these are actually creative strategies developed by our brain and our nervous system. And these patterns are really brilliant in the moment because they keep us safe. However, if they're left unresolved, especially if our circumstances change where the pattern no longer matches our current reality, and so if they're left unresolved in that circumstance, they can really become the lens that we live through. And then what we experience as our life is colored by fear or contraction, maybe scarcity, sometimes self sabotage, or generally just feeling like we're never enough no matter what we do. Okay, so there's wide reaching impacts of leaving these kind of patterns or that sort of trauma unresolved. And what I have seen again and again is that these imprints really block us from being able to receive the fullness of life. It's very much like trying to grow a garden on soil that hasn't been cleared. The weeds will choke out the seeds. However, when we heal, we're able to really reclaim energy that was frozen in the past and frozen in our nervous systems. And we reclaim parts of ourselves or aspects of ourselves that have been stuck or disconnected for quite a long time. And in so doing, we create fertile ground for new possibilities. And this is where the expansion and abundance begin, not from chasing, but from clearing what's in the way and aligning with who we truly are on all aspects. So that is why I created my signature method. I have a couple methods. This one is the Blue Lotus Phoenix protocol, not the love protocol. That was my mistake of a typo in my bio that I sent over to Michael. But this one is the Blue Lotus Phoenix protocol. And I called it that because just like a phoenix rises from its own ashes, so we emerge renewed from the challenges that we faced when we're able to do this kind of clearing. And what's really important for all of you to know about this protocol is that it's based in love. And the reason for that is because love, pure unconditional love, is the most powerful healing frequency that there is. Trauma simply cannot remain in resonance with love. And so I am going to walk you through this guided practice. And it's essentially a process of connecting with your highest self, other aspects of yourself, and then welcoming in parts of you that need healing and allowing them to be held in a circle of unconditional love and safety. And this is where the transformation really begins, when every part of us knows that it's welcome, it's worthy, and it's whole already. So, this work is my offering to you today as a way to experience healing as a catalyst for awakening and expansion. So you can think about it as harvesting your own inner gold, this essence of who you've always been beneath any adversity or challenge or trauma or wounding that you've experienced. So, how does that sound to all of you? Are you ready to dive into this? Are we feeling excited about it? Just maybe pop in the chat if you're open to that and let me know if you're feeling ready to begin. Okay, getting some excited and ready. So ready. Okay, beautiful. Um, so before we begin, I just want to let you all know that this is a trauma informed practice. Okay, and so what that means is that we're not going to be revisiting the most painful or most overwhelming events or memories that you've experienced in your life today. Instead, we're going to be creating a safe and compassionate container and a space to gently connect with the parts of you that are ready to receive love and healing. And there's no need to force or fix anything. Okay, this practice is simply about noticing what arises and meeting it with kindness, openness, compassion. You are always in control of your experience. So if at any point you'd like to pause, open your eyes, move your body, take a sip of water, please do. Please listen to what your body needs and honor its wisdom. You are really the expert on you. So I will be offering grounding clues along the way to help you stay resourced and connected. But if there's anything else that you need or that would serve you, please do that for yourself. Okay, so I invite you to take a deep breath and settle into your seat and just come and bring your awareness into your body. And when you're ready, you can close your eyes if that feels comfortable to you. Or if you'd rather, you can just find a neutral gaze that just feels comfortable for you, soft and steady. And we're all going to take a slow, deep breath in and just exhale fully. And you want to feel your feet grounded on the floor and just feel the support beneath your body, whatever you're sitting or laying or resting on. And just allow your awareness to gently move inward, down into your heart space. And you're just noticing what's present there without needing to change anything, just tuning in. And now, from this calm and centered space in your heart, notice the quiet energy that's within and around you. And there's a deeper wisdom here that's always been guiding you. This is the light of your higher self or highest self. It's always present with you. And so I invite you, in whatever way feels good for you, to connect with that energy. And so you can call in your higher self. You can call in any guides or angels that you work with, however you experience them. Just imagine these aspects of yourself and these beings surrounding you, and that their loving presence is holding you in safety and in light. And so, as you rest in this loving field of support, I invite you to become aware of two other additional aspects of yourself that are joining today. And this is your nurturing adult self and your protective adult self. So, your nurturing self radiates warmth, understanding, compassion. This is this aspect of you and this energy that knows how to comfort you and care for you and nurture all the tender parts that are within you. And so just take a moment to connect with that. And now your protective self embodies strength, discernment, wisdom, boundaries. This is the part of you that stands guard over your peace and is always taking care of you. And so give yourself a moment to just connect with that part of yourself. And so, together with your highest self, these aspects form a sacred trinity of love, truth, and power. And each one reflects what's most real and most true within you. So perhaps you can even feel them standing beside you, steady, calm, clear, anchoring you in the full truth of who you are as a divine being of light and love. And so take another slow, steady breath. And you're feeling these loving presences now surrounding you, your highest self, your nurturing and protective selves, and any luminous guides or angels who've come to hold the space with you. And you notice that their light begins to weave together, forming a beautiful, radiant circle of golden energy that surrounds you all around. And maybe you notice even some other colors that come in and weave together. And if you do, that's also fine. This is your circle of love. So, however it occurs to you is perfect. And this circle is a sacred container of warmth, protection, and truth. So you can see it glowing softly above you, below you, all around you, anchoring you in the safety of divine love. And just allow yourself to rest within it, knowing that you are completely held, supported, and safe. And now, from within this circle of light and support, take another slow breath. Just know that you're surrounded by love, strength, and protection. Nothing needs to be fixed or changed, only witnessed. And so, from this place of safety, you might invite a part of yourself in that feels tender or fearful or stuck. And just invite that part to come forward. There's really no need to search for it or to make it appear. You're just simply allowing whatever's ready to be seen to just step gently into the circle. Now, this part might show up as an image, oftentimes as a child or a younger version of you, but it might also show up as a color or a sensation within your body or simply a knowing. So, however it appears, is perfect. Now, if this part hesitates or needs something to feel more comfortable, maybe more light or warmth or a blanket or a stuffed animal or wants to sit in your lap, you can go ahead and provide anything that this part needs to feel really safe and comfortable within your circle. Maybe what's needed is a little bit more distance. So maybe this part wants to sit or situate itself across from you in the circle, or maybe needs some other form of support. Whatever that is, you can just go ahead and offer that now. And if this part really is hesitant to stepping in, you can just invite it to simply watch from the edge of the circle until it's ready to join. Every part of you belongs here. All are welcome in whatever capacity they wish to participate. Okay, so now that this tender part has stepped into the circle, just take a moment and notice how it feels to have it here, surrounded by love and safety and light. And if any sort of memory or image or feeling arises that's connected to this part, just let it appear only as much as feels safe and manageable for you. You can also gently call to mind a memory. If there's one that feels ready to bring into the circle, so remember, you're not diving into it, you're simply holding it in love. And so you can see or sense this memory resting in this circle of light, almost like a hologram. And I invite you to notice what emotions, sensations, or images arise. You don't need to analyze them or fix them or try to get rid of them. You're just witnessing them with compassion, love, and non judgment. And just breathe. Just let everything be seen, held, and honored exactly as it is. Almost like a holographic image. You might even notice different aspects of it, how it might shift and change, how it's not solid, how it might be a little bit fluid. that memory. And as you stay with this gentle awareness, begin to sense your highest self, your nurturing self, and your protective self stepping a bit closer. And from their loving presence, notice what they see when they look at this tender part of you, at this memory. They hold only love, compassion, and truth. So they know that even this part, especially this part, is worthy, whole, and divine. And just feel them surrounding this tender or wounded part in their light. Perhaps you even hear them whispering something like, "You are lovable, you are safe, you are whole, you are divine." And you might repeat these words silently or quietly within yourself. And just notice how your body and your energy shifts as you allow those truths to settle in. Now, from this deep place of love and connection, I want you to just notice whether there are any old cords, hooks, imprints, or limiting beliefs that are connected to this memory or this part of you. And if so, just notice how they begin to loosen. You don't have to pull or push. You can simply allow them to just dissolve into the light, releasing with grace, love, and forgiveness. You can use your exhales to help you with this process. So, as you're exhaling, just can silently say or repeat to yourself, "I release with grace, love, and forgiveness. I release with grace, love, and forgiveness." And as you're releasing, you can ask within this sacred circle, what is the deeper truth of who I am? And then listen, not with your mind, but with your heart. And just let that truth, eternal, whole, and divine, Settle deeply within your being. Feel it anchoring into your heart and your body and your energy field. You may even notice all the cells in your body aligning to this. So just imagine them remembering this truth until every cell, every part of you is aligned, clear, strong, and luminous. And just take a few slow breaths to help yourself integrate this new vibration of truth and freedom. You can take another slow, steady breath. And now just offer a moment of gratitude to your highest self, your guides, your nurturing and protective selves, and the tender parts of you that showed up today with such courage. Thank them for their trust, their presence, and their willingness to participate and receive love. And from here, you just want to check in with them and almost tuck them in a little bit. So if they are happy and settled and comfortable within the circle, they can stay there. Or if they have another favorite place where they like to be, can go ahead and just get them settled there with whatever they need to feel safe and comfortable, almost the way that you would maybe tuck a child into bed. And once all of those parts of you are really settled and tucked in, you can begin to just slowly bring your awareness back into the here and now. So you might feel your feet on the ground, feel the support beneath your body. Perhaps you want to wiggle your fingers and your toes. And just notice that you are grounded, truly connected above and below and all around. And allow yourself to become fully present in this moment. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. And so, as we close this part of the practice, I invite you to take a sip of water or stretch if you need to. I'm going to take a sip of water quickly. And I just invite you to remember that integration continues after this session is complete. So, the work that you've done today will keep unfolding gently in the hours and the days ahead. And you might notice that maybe some other memories come to mind. You may have some dreams. So, this is where, if you have a journaling practice or some other type of quiet reflection, a contemplative practice, that can be really useful. Even taking a short walk can help you really to embody the energy and just integrate what's shifted for you. Trust that everything that needed to happen has happened and that you can return to this circle of love within you anytime that you need. And now that you've thanked your guides and those parts of yourself and gently come back into the moment, let's all just take a deep breath in together and out. And let yourself simply notice what's present for you. You may feel lighter, softer, or more open, or maybe you just notice a quiet stillness. So, whatever is here is perfect. And so, please just take a moment and notice how you feel after this practice. And if you're open to it, you could go ahead and just drop in the chat how you are feeling and what you're noticing now. So, even if the shift feels subtle to you, trust that something moved within you today. Now, what you experienced is just one glimpse of what becomes possible when we meet the places inside that have carried the pain and the fear and the self protection with love. And this is how we begin to transform old roots into new blossoms. And this is the heart of the Blue Lotus Phoenix Protocol, allowing love to do what force or effort never could, which is bring light to what was hidden and help you and help your soul to remember its wholeness. So just take another breath and notice the spaciousness inside of you. Now, the connection that you have felt today to your own wisdom, to love, to possibility, that is the foundation for deeper transformation. And I invite you to imagine what could open up for you if you had dedicated time, space, and intuitive support to explore what's next for your growth. Whether that means deepening your spiritual connection, or stepping into a new level of purpose, or simply finding more calm and clarity in your daily life. That is exactly what my foundational focus sessions are designed to offer. So, I want to just tell you briefly what that is. So, a foundational focus session is a 60-minute one to one conversation where we explore where you are now and what's ready to evolve and the best next steps for your growth. So, whether that's through coaching or one of my intensives or an Akashic Records reading or one of my retreats. So, you will leave this session with greater clarity, calm, and alignment with your soul's next chapter and a clear sense of what's possible when you move forward with intention and support. And so I know that it can be hard to put this kind of transformation into words. So rather than me telling you more, I would love for you to hear directly from some of my clients who have journeyed through this process and experienced what's possible for them when they bring compassion and consciousness to their healing process.
I've always focused on self-development because of my childhood trauma, always feeling insecure about myself, wanting to heal myself. Now it's about learning how to channel or open up my own spiritual gifts so that I can serve in the way that I want to serve.
I was going through a lot of change in my life and in like wanting to change my thought process and relationships. You've given me the tools to kind of take responsibility for yourself. And when you put that boundary up, you quickly see the shift and it doesn't affect you as much.
I tend to kind of hear it. I hear yes, I'll say yes. And then I'll sit there in the background going, oh my God, should I have said yes? Now I'm trusting in that when I hear a yes and I say a yes, my spirit is present in that yes with me and it will all work out.
If you're on the fence or if you're ready to put in the work to change your thought process or whatever you might want to get through this program, 100% do it.
Okay, so every person that you just heard from began where you are, curious, ready for change, and open to something deeper. So if you are feeling a resonance with what we did today, if something in you knows that there's more available, more calm, more clarity, more joy, more connection, then I would love to invite you to take the next step. And if today's experience spoke to you, that next step is to set up a foundational focus session with me. So these sessions are completely free. And for summit participants, I've opened a limited number of spots. So you will find the link for that here on the screen, or you can scan the QR code. And it's also available in my booth as well. And I would be honored to connect with you personally and just explore what's next for your growth and your alignment. This is really your chance to take what we've started here today in terms of this healing process and keep it alive in your daily life. My belief over my many years of working with people is that healing unfolds in layers. And so with each layer, more of your light becomes available. So I would love to stay connected in whatever capacity you would like to stay connected. So here on this slide, I've got the link for my mailing list. I send out a weekly newsletter and also links for how to find me on social if that's your jam. I just want to continue the conversation and keep growing together with you. So I also want to thank you all so much for being here, whether you're here with me